All right, Shalom. This is YAHAWAH out of Great Millstone, Atlanta. I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim that are pushing out this truth and sincerity. All right, coming at you with a quick lesson. All right, and this is going to be a response to Elder Atazawam's video. The Parrot mindset is not durable. Okay, and I just want to do a response to that lesson, all right, because it's a beautiful point. A lot of us, in this truth, and I'm mainly talking amongst Great Millstone, a lot of us, we take things for granted, okay? We take things to be true, Now, of course, we trust the Spirit. We trust that men are telling us the right things. Of course we trust the Spirit, and all the information that comes out is gonna be true, but we have to actually search these things for ourselves as well. Okay, we actually have to get the understanding, or as Jake will say, overstanding. You have to overstand these concepts. Okay, it's one thing to just hear and be able to repeat, be a copycat, right? But it's another thing to actually understand the concepts. Like, I'll give you an example in school. Okay, you can easily copy someone's homework. You can easily copy someone's homework and pass the course. But at the end of the day, are you really learning the information? Are you really grasping it? Are you really, like I said, are you understanding the concepts? Because at the end of the day, all you're doing is cheating yourself, And your teachers will say that, all you people cheating on the test, you're basically cheating yourself at the end of the day. So one thing in this truth, you don't want to cheat yourself, man. You don't want to play yourself, man. Because at the end of the day, all you're doing is lying unto yourself, because you're not actually getting the concepts. You're trying to learn this information so that you can look the part. You're trying to get this information so that you can be seen of men, and so that you can basically copycat men, and the Bishop Atazawam, he said earlier, or Slaki at camp, he made a good point too. He said, a lot of us will mimic the apostles. Will repeat certain phrases they say, or like I give you an example, like how Apostle Har always says, hold that on deck. Hey, have your own spirit. Don't just copy. Don't just copy another man's spirit. Don't teach. And of course, we all look up to certain men in the Spirit. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying. Don't take this to say that I'm saying don't look up to these men at all. But what I'm saying is the point that I'm making is that we can't be in that spirit of just copying whatever they do, copying certain phrases and just you get what I'm trying to say. But anyway, this is Proverbs 14 and 15. That's the Spirit. It's 144. It says, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. Yeah. So even when we first got in this truth, we didn't just, we weren't so simple to just hear it. Oh, that's, oh yeah, that's what they're saying is true. No, you actually had to go inside the scriptures. And a lot of people, when they run by camp, they're like, damn, the Bible says that. So you actually have to open up the Bible for yourself to confirm, okay, oh yeah, this is the truth, You know, and we know that I mean, we can feel the presence of the Lord. So we know when we come across the truth, we can feel that it's the truth. But my point is that, you know, you actually had to go back and confirm everything still, you know. And that's a prudent man. A prudent man is going to look into things, okay? All right. I heard, a prudent man is going to be like, okay, those men on the street bringing out the Bible, you know, I believe what they're saying, but let me look it up for myself too. Let me just, you know, look it up and confirm everything. And that's going to be a prudent man. But someone that's simple, all right, they're just gonna shrug it off like, yeah, you know, it just, you know, in that agreeing spirit, you know. Look things up for yourself. Get the understanding for yourself, you know. I'll read it again. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. Let's get that word simple in Proverbs 14:16. All right. This is the word simple. Pa'ath. I think that's pa'ath. Anyway, it says simplicity, naive, foolish, open-minded. Yeah, so it can actually be kind of foolish if you just believe everything. Just believe everything someone tells you. You know, you want to actually, the scriptures tell you, try the spirits whether they be of the Most High. You know, so even this truth, when we first came in, like I said, we had to try the spirits. Okay, we had to see, you know, okay, these men are bringing out these great points, you know, and I believe them, but let me just see for myself, you know, let me get the understanding for myself. I don't want to just, you know, blindly follow them. Let me actually go into these words they're bringing out, you know. So this is Acts. Let's get it real quick. Acts 17 and 11. Though I'll start at 10. And the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind, and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. Yeah, so it says they searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. Okay? Alright, so they didn't take it for, it says they received it with all readiness of mind. So you're ready to receive it, meaning you believe that these words are true, but you got to search the scriptures to see whether they were so, you know. And that's really the point that I'm making, is search these things to see whether they are correct, you know. Search these things. I mean, we know they're correct through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, because we know that these are the men of the Lord. We know and believe that. We trust and believe that, you know. But look into what men are bringing out, you know. Look into these things. Actually study for yourself, you know, so that you can get the deeper understanding for yourself, you know. Let's see. And I'll say this, you know, amongst these other camps, when you watch these other camps, you know, you definitely gotta look into that, into what they're bringing out, you know, because they could be bringing out, you know, something off. Hey, I'd say this, even, and this is just the truth, even men amongst great millstones, sometimes they slip up and they might, you know, give you information wrong, or they might, you know, mess up from time to time. But if you don't look up if you don't look it up for yourself, then you're just going to be repeating something, you know, and you haven't even looked it up to see whether it's so, you know. So, like I said, even amongst great millstone, that will happen, you know. Some men may slip up and go off on certain things. Now, of course, brothers ain't going off when it comes to the chip and certain things like that, but I'm just talking about, you know, even little. I mean, we're in the flesh, man, you know, so we're gonna bring out some points every now, you know, occasionally we might bring out points that need fact checking, you know, and that's all it is. It's fact checking. Okay, there's nothing wrong with fact checking. It doesn't mean that you don't believe you're doubting that it's true. It just means that, you know, you want to double check. You just want to check. You want to check for yourself. You want to see it for yourself, you know. And, you know, like I said, I don't want to, you know, just as a disclaimer, this isn't, you know, to doubt any information that men are bringing out, you know, and I'm not trying to come off that way as if, you know, you should doubt whether things be true, because we believe everything our apostles and elders and the men that have labored before us, we believe those things to be true. And, you know, but there's such thing as being simple, you know, and being simple is to just, you know, not look it up for yourself, you know. Understand these things, understand the concepts for yourself so that you can teach. Because I put it this way, if you're a student and all you're doing is mimicking the teacher, then you're not, and then over time, when it comes for you to teach, then you really don't understand the concepts, then you're really not a teacher. You're just a parrot. And the reason why is because if you're mimicking your teacher, right, and then someone comes and asks you a question pertaining to the doctrine or the material, then, you know, and they ask you, okay, so why? You know, why? If you can't understand, if you can't answer that question for them, then you really truly don't understand, okay? You should be able to break down the who, what, where, when, why. You know, when you go into these things, and that's why everyone is not a teacher, you know? Everyone is not a teacher, just like Apostle R said. You know, you have some men that are teachers, prophets. You have some men that are students. Okay, all right, and that's the order of things. Okay, there's different levels. All right, now let's get Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but how much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Yeah, so you wanna actually study for yourself. Okay, work out your own salvation. Because you can't expect for the apostles' work to cover you. Okay, you know, yeah, I follow the apostles. I watch all their videos and I take notes, but you're not doing the work yourself. That's off, you know. It says work out your own salvation. So you got to do these works. You have to do your part as well. You know, don't just take, you know, watch these videos and, you know, be in that, hey, that's that battle them battle precept guys, them debate precept guys that just want to like know all the precepts, but they don't really have the understanding. They want to, because I give an example. When you look at the greats of anything, you want to do what they do because they make it look so easy. But you don't realize the work and the time they actually put in to get to that level. All you see is, oh man, just pulling out precepts, hit left and right, But these men actually understand the precepts that they're bringing out, So my point is, you can't be in that spirit of, I want to be able to pull out precepts like they can. Because it's not about pulling out the precepts. It's about understanding it, okay? Getting the understanding, getting the knowledge and wisdom and understanding, okay? Because we knew a guy like that. We knew a guy like that was excellent at pulling out precepts. I mean, he could pull out precepts better than he could pull out precepts, on an expert level. All right. He knew how to debate. And that's that art of debate bullshit. You can prove your point, but when it comes to actually living the scriptures and actually applying the scriptures and that's what makes you a hypocrite. That's what makes you a hypocrite, is when you can pull those precepts like a mug, but you can't apply them. Okay. Now I'm gonna probably get James 1:23 and close on that. Yeah, because you don't want to be in this thing for the wrong reasons. Like I said, we see our apostles and men ahead of us that are very well learned, and they make it look easy. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see how men are able to make their points and back it up with the precepts. But you don't want to look at it from the wrong standpoint. Like, damn, I want to be able to pull precepts like that. No, really, I mean, you should be able, you should want to be able to do that. But more importantly, you should be saying, damn, I want to have that wisdom. I want to have that level of understanding to be able to do that, because like I said, it's not just about the precepts alone. It's about the actual understanding. All right. James 1:23, for if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. Yeah, so you can be a hearer of the word, that you can hear and receive the word, but if you're not actually if you're not practicing what you preach, then you're a hypocrite. And it says, it is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. Because really, you're just fooling yourself. That's really what it's saying, is all you're doing is just you're playing yourself, man. And that's one thing that a parrot will do. A parrot, when you're parroting and you're just following, you're playing yourself. And of course we follow the Spirit. Of course we follow the apostles, because we know that the Lord is dealing with these men. And it's important to in order for you to get on a level, you got to get the understanding too. Don't just be in that spirit of, I'm gonna just watch the apostles and mimic them until YAHAWASHI comes back. No, YAHAWASHI, little do you know, YAHAWASHI requires you to do the same thing the apostles are doing, which is go out on the highways and byways and teach. And you learn for a particular amount of time. And I'll say this: when you first come in, you are a parrot, okay? When you first come in the truth, you are a parrot, you know, because you're just learning. Okay, you're just taking things in. You're just taking in information because you know it to be true. But over time, once it's time for you to become a teacher and teach, you got to understand these concepts. You got to understand the breakdowns. Okay, you know, don't just get your notebook and get the breakdowns. You know, yeah, verse so and so means this. This means that. This word is talking about so and so. You'll get the breakdowns. You'll get the cheat codes, so to speak. And that's all it is. The cheat. You're cheating yourself. It's like getting cheat codes, but you're not really learning how to play the game. It's easy to get cheat codes. All you gotta do is just get the breakdowns. All you gotta do is watch videos, watch the apostles, and get the breakdowns. But if you really want to come up on a level, if you really want to be a good player, you know, in a video game at least, then you're not gonna use those cheat codes, man. You know, you're gonna come up organically. You know, you're gonna actually understand. All right. So that was pretty much all I got. All right, Lord willing, you were edified. I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to our elders and apostles, a great millstone. Shalom.